Thank you, Trey Mosley, for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's our visiting team and our home team. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His team fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now a second.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Trying to get the running game going. His first carry. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Brooklyn. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Extra point attempt to come here. The kick is good. And his guys have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken around the 11. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
First down, Chicago.
running right. He's inside the 25. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. A run now on, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense comes away with a turnover. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay.
Is under review.
We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. Brian Callahan will send out the field goal unit here. This from 34 yards. His kick is perfect. And the visitors are on the board. It's 7-3.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The home team's offense ready now for their second drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but there is a flag down. And we'll check in with our referee. They'll look to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
Complete to number 14. A 5-yard gain.
Now, faking the give. He's got it! And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get big yardage on the deep ball. 31 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Complete to number 87. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball. And it is 4th down. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for and taken successfully. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And this will be incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took up way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
To number 23. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll throw out of the gun. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's hard. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one. They get big yardage on the deep ball. A pickup of 44 yards. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one complete right side. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd down.
So, 1st quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 7-3 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll get this out to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So the move is for the field goal unit here. And this will be from 42 yards out. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And his guys go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a rebuild, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule. And that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple of years. So as bad as things feel with your Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
Hey, Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback-level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title. But you have to remember, two other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mentioned 9 in a row. You think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think LA and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City, maybe than there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, the Broncos, or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. That's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home to playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So, yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of ground and pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division are usually the teams that find themselves in the playoffs.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back with more on this opening week after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones. When you talk about Stephon Diggs, he ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still do it.
This one intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
Around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple of top lines for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati better? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Once you flip it over, who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
They'll look to throw again. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
An 8-yard gain brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. So the 2 teams.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thank you. The rain, as you see, still coming down in sheets. We'll see how the coaching staffs adjust to the weather here in the second half. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top of the conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Look wide. Get this one complete. 3rd and 7. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down. A fair catch. He's going to call it, take it right around his own 30-yard line. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the in route. The defense has got him.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Oh, yeah. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Chicago. Stay on the ground.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball.
And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage. But that's it. It'll be third down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. It's a touchdown for the moment, but there are flags on the field, and not sure this one's going to stand.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
It's second and 8.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and 6.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Now give on the ground. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9. Second and inches.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and
He'll look to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it end. He does. First down. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Handoff here, up the middle. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down.
A gain of 4.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive. Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up fourth down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's in. Touchdown, Chicago.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
A try here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the visitors will tie things up. It's now 10-10. Okay, Scott, thank you. The rain, as you see, still coming down in sheets. We'll see how the coaching staffs adjust to the weather here in the second half. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. He takes off. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. Gun. Here's a run up the gut. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's enough for a first down. He'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. Try to run it here. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. They'll turn and hand this one off. He's to the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Brooklyn. That is second touchdown now here in the season opener.
It just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Rain only intensifying now as the teams have come back out. This figures to be a wet and wild second half to come. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, second and 10. Up the middle they go. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's
stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as they had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line.
Down and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Escaping to his left. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line.
First down and
The
10.
visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go with a run. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. They'll stick with him again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They'll throw here on 3rd and short.
Really nice play recognition there by the defense. They sensed the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield, and that ball was going to be checked down. The moment that ball hit the running back's hands, there was nowhere to go.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 3.
They'll run the sneak. that ought to be enough. Yeah, he's got the first down. Up to the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll drop this one down to the fullback. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
Exiting the pocket right. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
They really needed that one, didn't they, Mike? I mean, they have to find a way to keep this as a one-possession game. This will at least give them a chance to do so, depending on what happens here on 4th down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, he'll set him to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
4-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Chicago.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now, a big spot coming here. This to get the deficit down inside of the touchdown. That's going to be blocked. Look at him go. Still on the move. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Brooklyn. Greg, those are the momentum swings they get, and one team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to block the kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st, you stick your hand up, that's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Return this from the 10. Now an opening past the 30. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15. First down, Chicago.
To the ground, a 1st down run. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
First down, Chicago.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
At the 32-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now a handoff, running right. Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yards. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
First down, Chicago.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 22-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. No chance at all. He'll go down. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down.
To number 85. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here is 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. This one caught at the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Loss of 6 yards.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
He isn't able to secure that grab through the contact, and they're quickly running out of possessions to get back into this game, Mike. I mean, their chance to come back was already slim to none, but slim meadow went just out the window as that ball hit the turf.
An inside give here to the fullback on the dive. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
At the 11-yard line.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
3rd and 10.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. It's a short kick. Fair catch is called for, and they're going to be in business with a short field to work. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Complete to number 87. It's a gain of 10. First down, Chicago.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It is 2nd down and 5.
Complete to number 87. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.